Mike Mentzer's controversial loss at the 1980 Mr. Olympia that led to a breakup of a relationship that was epic between himself and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's go ahead and talk about the life and times of Mike Mentzer, aka the pioneer of the Golden Era of Bodybuilding. What's going on, bros and brochachas? Happy Wednesday and welcome to the latest episode of Fitness After Dark, featuring your host as always, Naivia Vicentio. And of course, guys, we got handed off to Mr. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
Man, it never gets old, bro. It never gets old. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Mike Mentzer is a very interesting bodybuilder. His history overall was so fascinating to dive into, especially considering the fact that he almost fought Arnold at the 1980 Mr. Olympia because of a controversial loss. But let's go ahead and rewind it back to the beginning. He was a pioneer in the Golden Era of Bodybuilding. He competed in the 1970s amongst Tom Platz, Franco Columbu, Arnold Schwarzenegger, among the GOATs of the sport, right? So it all led up to the 1980 Mr. Olympia, where Arnold had finally come back to compete after a long break after the 1975 Mr. Olympia, right? So he came back real quick, was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna beat all y'all, man. Let me get my title back, right? So he went up against Tom Platz, Franco Columbu, you know, the OGs of the game at that time. This is considering the fact that at the 1979 Mr. Olympia, he was so close. Mike Mentzer was coming in hot. The dude was literally winning left and right. And he was coming in to take the title. And then he lost, bro, by a very, very small margin. So then at the 1980 Mr. Olympia, it was a sure lock from his physique at that time that he was probably going to take the dub at that 1980 Mr. Olympia, man. Until Arnold had made the comeback, and a lot of people were like, bro, he's taking the dub, dude. And no doubt about it, he is going to be taking the dub. So then eventually the two were then the leading runner-up of the competition. There were two were going head-to-head, and Arnold took the dub, and Mike Mentzer took third place. So it was like, bro, what? The moment itself was so bad between Mike Mentzer and Arnold Schwarzenegger that caused the relationship to nearly break up. And from that point onwards, up until his death, it was apparent that Mike Mentzer still resented Arnold for taking the dub at that year's Mr. Olympia, when it was well known that Mike Mentzer should have taken the victory at that year's Mr. Olympia. So following the 1980 Mr. Olympia, Mike Mentzer was in a place where he no longer wanted to compete entirely in bodybuilding. He wanted to transition over to just solely doing training. So this is how much of a pioneer, how much of an OG Mike Mentzer is, right? He decided to go ahead then and invent like an entirely new training style, right? An entirely new training system that he became really well known for, which is the 1 to 2 day training split, bro. That's right. Only takes 2 hours to complete. It's an entire full body workout that a lot of people started trying out. They're like, dude, this is actually insane, bro. You only need 1 day to work out. Then he became well known for that. He became a pioneer for the 1 day workout plan. He started selling them online. He was doing good for himself. But then stranger things happened afterwards. So in June 2001, Mike Mentzer passed away, unfortunately. R.I.P. to the man, R.I.P. to the GOAT. And literally 2 days later, his brother Ray also passed away. So the conspiracy theory, right, from a fellow video I saw about the life and times of Mike Mentzer, say that the bodybuilding industry might have taken Mike out due to his apparent plan to reveal some really deep stuff that was going on in the industry at that time, that they might have taken him out. But in a fellow interview with Jerry Bynum, it was revealed that Mike Mentzer had like a couple of really bad health conditions that deteriorated every single year leading up to his death in 2001. But the stranger circumstances, is not really well known what caused his brother's Ray death to happen literally 2 days after Mike passed away. But at that point, then we shouldn't focus on the deaths, because Mike Mentzer really is a pioneer of the sport itself, of the sport of bodybuilding. And his physique, dude, was god tier, bro. Like, you put him up against Franco Columbu, you put him up against Tom Platz, bro, dude, he's taking the dub, bro. Like, he was insane. And his training plan, bro, I really want to try it too. Because, dude, 1 day, you just need 1 day to work out. Like, what? Apparently it takes 2 hours to complete. It's like, bro, that's like a challenge right there. But he really is a pioneer, man. And he definitely is in the upper echelon of the GOAT tiers in the sport of bodybuilding itself. And it's just really sad to see where it ended up. But the good news is, apparently, you know, a couple of years prior to his death, that him and Arnold got along, man. They got back together. They made amends, bro. Which is always good, man. It's always good to have like a happy ending and a story like this. So this is this week's episode of Fitness After Dark. If you guys enjoyed the latest video, stick around, bros and brochachas. Don't leave quite yet. We got 2 more videos right up here, guys, for you guys to enjoy and check out as well. Have a badass day, and remember, have a badass workout as well.